Oh my gosh. Hey, Robin. ABC, good to see you. Hey, Rock on Blaze. Hey, Robin. I'm going to go ahead and retweet this to tell people where we are going to, but I am not going to stay on here today. We're going to be like that we were yesterday. We're going to be going over to Cloud Hub. We're going to be going over to YouTube, D Live, and on Facebook in just a moment. But I just wanted to share this, let everybody know where we are going. Um, Yesterday, I liked it much better. Didn't have to worry about censorship. Hey, Ruprecht. How are you? How's everybody? Going to YouTube. Okay. Hopefully, everything is up and running. Looks like it may be. Yes, it looks like at least. Hey, Bonnie. Good morning. Haven't seen. Oh, good morning, Gay. Good morning, Rob. Paula. Don't know. Does anybody know if YouTube is up yet? There it is. Miriam's up. Good morning, everyone. Hey, Danielle. All right. So give it just another minute. We're going to go over. Let me go ahead. I'll read the psalm I was going to read today, if I can find it again. Ah, wow. That's pretty amazing. This was so great, too. Let me see. Okay, here we go. Psalm 10, and then we'll go over. Hey, Redeemed Patriot. Why do you stand afar off, O Lord? Why do you hide in times of trouble? The wicked in his pride persecutes the poor. Let them be caught in the plots which they have devised. For the wicked boasts of his heart's desire. He blesses the greedy and renounces the Lord. The wicked in his proud countenance does not seek God. God is none of his thoughts. His ways are always prospering. Your judgments are far above, out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he sneers at them. He has said in his heart, I shall not be moved. I shall never be in adversity. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and oppression. Under his tongue is trouble and iniquity. He sits in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places he murders the innocent. His eyes are secretly fixed on the helpless. He lies in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lies in wait to catch the poor. He catches the poor when he draws him into his net. So he crouches, he lies low, that the helpless may fall by his strength. He has said in his heart, God has forgotten. He hides his face, he will never see. Arise, O Lord, O God, lift up your hand. Do not forget the humble. Why do the wicked renounce God? He has said in his heart, you will not require an account. But you have seen, for you observe trouble and grief to repay it by your hand. The helpless commits himself to you. You are the helper of the fatherless. Break the arm of the wicked and the evil man. Seek out his wickedness until you find none. The Lord is king forever and ever. The nations have perished out of his land. Lord, you have heard the desire of the humble. You will prepare the heart. You will cause your ear to hear, to do justice to the fatherless and the oppressed, that the man of the earth may oppress no more. Amen. Amen. Okay, I'm going to be closing down right now on Periscope. I'll see you over on Cloud Hub. Hey, Chicago Pops, come over to Cloud Hub. You can follow me over there on channel 126 or cloudhub.com/Susan Knowles. Go to the Susan Knowles channel on Cloud Hub, on YouTube, or go to Susan Knowles, one word, on D Live. Clout, CLOUT. CLOUTHUB, Clout Hub. And you can also get us on D Live and on Facebook. I'm on YouTube, Susan Knowles channel. Susan Knowles channel. You'll see my profile picture. All right, everybody, see you over there. Take care. All right. Good morning, Lori. Good morning, Lynn. Hello, Sally. Good morning. Hello, Melanie, Loretta, Mike. Good to see you. All right, so let's get started. We have a lot to talk about today. Hey, Twin Crier, good to see you. First of all, interesting, while others are getting suspended on Twitter, Liz W. Well, people are getting suspended. I've lost, let's see, I guess people have left. About almost 3,000 people plus have left my Twitter account alone. Everybody is gone, and a lot of people have gone over, thankfully, to Cloud Hub. Everybody went to Parler, and now Parler is no more, at least for a while, and they are suing. So hopefully they'll be back soon. But everybody should get on Cloud Hub. I've been saying that since the very beginning. Hey, Debbie, good to see you. Many bigger voices are still there. Not that many, Liz. They're leaving. Hey, Robin. Okay, so just to put this up here, as you may know, President Trump is on his way right now to Alamo, Texas. He will be speaking at 12 noon Eastern. That is right after this show. So you'll be able to see that. RSBN is going to be covering that. And that's what this is right here. What I'll do, let me put the link for you into Restream so that you can have it if you want it, in case you don't want to find it yourself. So, but yeah, he's going to be going on and he's going to be down at the border. Not sure why he's going down to the border wall, other than the fact that, I mean, I don't even know at this point, because I know that the people supposedly coming in will do everything they can to remove that. Yeah, and unfortunately, Alamo, Texas, where he's going, isn't the Alamo. It is basically Alamo, Texas, which is about 200 miles away from San Antonio, where the Alamo is. I wish you were going to the Alamo today. That would make a great statement. But unfortunately, I guess that's not where he's going. Now, I will tell you that there's a lot going on at the border. The people that I watch and have contacts with down at the border are talking about how so many people are coming in across the border and have been ever since the election. They heard that a new administration was coming in, and so everybody is starting to swarm in across the border. Just yesterday, they found about 350 to 500 backpacks, water, and all of that down at the border. This is the Arizona border, but I'm sure it's happening down in Texas as well. And more that's going to happen, because after the 20th, if that should take place, they're just going to be swarming across. Why stop? People are most likely getting paid to, pay off the Mexican police to come across the border. So without anybody to look at it and to see what's going on and to actually want to do something about it, nothing probably will be done about it, just to be honest. Good morning, Patriot Gal. Good to see you. Avatar tells you who I am. Okay. Hey, Noelle. Good to see you. Hey, Robin. Good to see you. All right, everybody. Let's have some more news. Oh, and also down at the border, there's a lot, and I guess we don't think of it that way. We think about people coming across, but why are they coming across and all that. We don't give it too much thought. But there's a lot of human trafficking going on at the border. We don't really, talk about that too much. So that's something you should be aware of. Human trafficking is big business. There's a lot of money. Hey, Sissy. A lot of money to be made in that. So yesterday, I'm not sure how many people will show up today. Yesterday, I told everybody I wouldn't be back until Thursday because, hey, Ron, good morning. It doesn't say your name. So it just says good morning. It doesn't say who you are, who's there. But anyway, I told everybody I wouldn't be back until Thursday because I thought yesterday was Tuesday. You can see that I was just, so many things have been going on over the weekend that Sunday was like Monday to me. So hopefully everybody got the news. This is BC. Hey, BC. Good to see you. Good morning, Keith. Good to see you. All right. Yeah, ICE could be defunded, Twin Courier. You could be very right about that. I mean, would that surprise any of us? I don't think so. Okay. Now I want to show you. I'll just go ahead and show you. Then we can kind of read this off together. About what is going on. It's kind of like if you do something for somebody, then you're rewarded, right? That's usually what we see. People get big rewards for what they do. And we're seeing big rewards right now for having gotten a certain person in place to take over on the 20th. And I'm deliberately not mentioning a name, and probably never will, except by accident. And you know who I'm talking about. But people are getting thanked big time for what they're doing. And how are they getting thanked? Well, let me show you. For example, Emily Horn, who worked for Twitter's global policy communications team, has joined the incoming administration as the National Security Council spokesperson. Prior to working for Twitter, she was assistant press secretary and director for strategic communications at the National Security Council under Obama. Jessica Hertz is now working on the transition team as general counsel. According to her biography on the official transition website, she previously served in the Obama administration as principal deputy counsel in the office of the vice president, counsel to deputy attorney general in the Department of Justice, as well as counselor to the administration of the Office of Information Regulatory Affairs. She has ties to big tech as well. According to the article, when she left the Obama administration, she worked as director and associate general. Let me just scroll these for you as we go on down here. For Facebook's regulatory team. So all these people are connected to Obama, Twitter, Facebook. There's a big theme going on. Louisa Terrell, incoming White House Director of Legislative Affairs, worked as the Federal Communications Chairman, Tom Wheeler, during the Obama administration. After that, she worked for Facebook as Public Policy Director. Austin Lynn will reportedly serve as Deputy Director of Technology in the White House Office of Management and Administration. He worked in the Obama administration as Deputy Director of Information Technology. After leaving the White House, he went on to work for, you guessed it, Facebook. And then we have Rachel Leeper, former Facebook Director and Associate General Counsel, works on the intelligence community transition team. Really, I don't think there is any intelligence there, but, what do I know? While former Facebook Manager of Governance and Strategic Initiatives, Christopher Upperman works on the Small Business Administration for the new administration. Carlos worked at the White House under Obama. Erskine Bowles, an advisor, was a member of Facebook's board of directors until 2019. Jeffrey, former Facebook member. Does any of that surprise you? So, yeah. Hey, Melanie. Good morning, Keith. Good to see you. I probably won't, Melanie said. Bringing in all the swamp rats, Collie said. All the swamp rats coming right back in. And all of them, Facebook, Twitter, Obama. That's the theme. Facebook, Twitter, Obama. FTO. That's the new FTO. And let's see, Barbara is saying, it's all payoffs, I guess. So Facebook won, took over the government. Well, big tech won. Certainly, Facebook working with Twitter. We always wondered, why did they work with Twitter? Now you know, because there are so many people with so much at stake and trying to get those people in place in the new administration. Cloud Hub not working too good for me. Well, they are swamped. Swamped, Miriam, swamped. I know the new administration will be a joke. Good morning, Dawn. Good to see you. You screwed up, Ron. Yeah, if somebody's like saying hello, good morning, but not telling me who they are, so I have no idea who they are in Cloud Hub. Yeah, Cloud Hub is up and working. I see it. But again, they are literally swamped. In fact, let me show you if I can find this right here. Let me find it, of course. I put it on Cloud Hub. Oh, that's not it. Cloud Hub was mentioned this morning, and they had a big article on them. And let me see if I can find it and bring that up here for you. Yeah, here it is right here. So let me get this pulled up for you to see. All right, here we go. So this morning, Cloud Hub had a big write-up and just the news. Social networking app Cloud Hub reports sharp spike in traffic amid deplatforming of Parler and Trump. And it talks about Cloud Hub CEO Jeff Brain told Just the News that people from both the left and the right are fed up with online censorship, and this frustration is fueling Cloud Hub's rise. So we see that the Twitter stock went down as much as 12% on Monday. Hopefully it keeps going. The stock was down 6.4 at the close of trading. The decline resulted in the social media giant losing $5 billion in market capitalization. Couldn't happen to a better organization. So there you go. Tell everybody to get over to Cloud Hub. Try to be patient. Again, they have so many people that are coming on, and so quickly. It is just for a while. It's going to overburden the system, But so just be patient. Consolidating all my info before I delete. I don't think I'm alone. Summer indeed chick said. I can't figure out how to search anything in Cloud Hub. Robin, it's the simplest thing. It's set up like Facebook. The best thing that you could probably do when you're first learning Cloud Hub is go to cloudhub.com so you see everything on a big screen, right? Trying to do it on your phone, it's hard to do if you haven't gotten yourself familiar with it. It's very easy though. I mean, it truly is easy. All I see in Cloud Hub is messages from them or Jeff Brain. Yeah, you're going to see a lot of stuff and messages from everybody. Hey, Sherry, good morning. Good to see you. Good morning, Mr. Ghost Boy. It is exactly how these people do everything all over the world. They have all the media and pay bribes and money talks and walks. You have to look to the Lord. Things are going to get worse. Yeah. Let me just bring up Cloud Hub so you can see what I'm talking about a little bit on how it's set up. This is my page, but we'll see here. Okay, so here's my page. It's very simple. You see across the top here: forum, newsroom, groups, channels, videos, search bar. Search bar over here. So if you were looking for a person, you put in the person, you just search on here for the person, it'll come up, it'll give you the names. You can either put in a username or you can put in their first and last names. Over here on the left hand column, you'll see notices, messages, friends and followers, trending topics, donate, settings. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. It really is. And it's set up for you to really, be able to use it pretty easily. And again, it's a lot like Facebook. When you're going to put something in, when you see my name and you're going to put something in right there on that line, then you click on that little pin and it posts everything. And you can post it in the main section or funds and sports section or elect 2020 and on and on. So you just have to get used to it, right? And if you want to try to, let's say, find me, here's the channels. Here's where everybody is on all of these channels, right? And this is me right here. Channel 126, Susan Knowles, Stand for Truth. And you've got so many people to choose from. They're continuing to put people on just about every day. So you have to just scroll down through there and see what we have. Now, some of them you're going to find for the moment, they've been censored. And that was not Cloud Hub who censored them. It was their server, IBM, who censored them. And so Cloud Hub is in the process of getting their own servers if they haven't gotten them already. Business Insider says Facebook lost $34 billion. Anybody hear about blackouts in the U.S.? Jan said, hey, Jerry, good to see you. Hub is easy, only having trouble learning to chat to you. Yeah, that's you'll get hold of it, Barbara, soon. Hey, Persistent RN, how are you? Web server called Epic going to allow parole. I don't know what that means. PC. Hey, Alan, maybe you covered this, but thought you weren't coming on today. Yeah, Alan, I did cover it. What happened was I thought yesterday was Tuesday and I misspoke. And I tried to clear it up. I came back on and told people I misspoke, but may I take picture to show my family? Sure. What do you want to take pictures of, Jackie? If you want to take pictures of what's on the screen, go right ahead. What really hurts is I can't participate as a media chair for a nonprofit, if not on Facebook or Twitter, but I will still volunteer, resigning this week as chair. Wow, Summer. I have to re-download it later. It was spinning and spinning and spinning. Epic server will host Parler. I see what you're saying, Jerry. Yeah, well, we'll see what happens. And again, you should be on more than just one platform, because if you don't, then something goes down with one, you don't have anything else to go to. Picture of the Cloud Hub. Yeah, it's CLOUT, Jackie Snyder, Cloud Hub, to show them. And let me just go back here. Like right here's the forum. There's also a newsroom. All right. And this is pretty cool. Whoops. I have to turn it on here. Sorry. So here's the form. This is the main page, right? Here's another page that they have, Fun and Sports, Election 2020. Now, this is the newsroom. Got a lot of news in there. These are the groups. Let me bring them up. It's getting a little slow. Taking just a minute. This is usually does not take this long at all, but it's all right. So this is my group right here, Christians United. Right now it has 5,508 members. There are other groups in here. You can start any group you want. This is also my group. This is Spirited Crafter. This is where I put my one of a kind wreaths for sale in there. You can become a member of that. They have other groups, women groups, on and on and on. So go and, do check that out. There's also a section for videos. I mean, you have a lot of stuff in here. You just have to go and look at it. Now, the one thing that is, that it exceeds and is better than Parlor is the fact that, for example, like my channel, I can video stream from my channel. You can put videos in here. You can do that yourself. But I like the fact that I can video stream out to you. Parlor doesn't have that. You can't go live and video stream, but you can here. And that's something, that's going to be needed as well. Okay. Now, let's talk about some other things. What can we do? One of the things that we're going to need to talk about. Okay, it's not showing what you have talking about, just the main page. Oh, that's weird. I'm turning it and I don't know why it's not showing you everything. Oh, well. Just go through it yourself and see what's there. So I don't sure you're not seeing that, Robin. Like right now it's on Newsroom. You're not seeing that. Should be able to. Sorry. Yeah, see, it's on Newsroom right now. So I don't know. Yeah, you can put my name as one word, or you can go in that search bar and let's see if you put Susan Knowles. Let's see. Oh, I can do it. I'll do it here. Let me just go in the search bar. See, these are all the new people. I mean, if you go, there are pages and pages and pages of new people that just joined. It's not allowing me to do that right now in my search bar. I don't know why. Probably because I have it in this Restream thing hooked up. But anyway, so just go and get familiar with it so that you know what's going on. Susan got it. Okay, that's why I can't figure Cloud Hub out for what chat. It doesn't work right on my phone. Yeah, it's better if you're not on your phone probably, but you can do it on your phone because people have. I've been part of Cloud Hub since July 2019, Ron said. Yep, I've been on Cloud Hub since it started. Found you on Cloud Hub. Good, Terry. Hey, Chicago Pops, glad you're here. I don't get a search bar on my phone at all. There's a way to do it, Rocky. I'll try to figure it out and tell you about it a little bit later. All right. Let's talk about what can we do. We see big tech, big business, everything kind of shutting us down. No freedom of speech. We can't do what we really want to do anymore. And it's going to get worse because they're going after the big people and it's going to trickle down to everybody, right? So I want to talk a little bit about what can we do. First of all, I think that we can start buying from each other. As I showed you a moment ago, I have the Spirited Crafter as one of my groups on Cloud Hub. In that group, let's see if I can go back and turn that on. Whoops. All right. So in that group, if I can get to it, I show you, here's my Etsy shop, right? And then I show you the pictures of everything that I am creating. These are some of the things that I've created. These are some of the things that are for sale in that group. And like I said, it gives you a link to the Etsy group. And hopefully you can see some of those things that I'm showing you. We can start buying from each other. And I'm not just talking about my group. I'm talking about, there are other people on here that I know. Barbara sells with Mary Kay. There are other people that have other businesses probably that we don't even know about. We need to start sharing that information so we can buy from each other. If you were to, I'll just tell you, if you were to go right now to, let's say, I don't know, Michael's or Hobby Lobby or whatever, and try to buy one of the wreaths that I had, you're going to pay. And I saw this the other day. It was $100. It was $99 for a grapevine wreath with, like, I don't know, one flower on it and some berries. It was $100 at Michael's. Mine are better priced. They are handmade. You're not going to get something that's produced by a machine. And there are other people in here, like I said, who have businesses that we don't know about, that we should know about. Went to Cloud Hub, but could not get chat to work. Chicago Pops, just wait until after the show and get it to work. Also, when you on Cloud Hub, make sure you're subscribed over there onto my page at channel 126. So when I come on, it will notify you. Gay said, love this idea of buying from each other. Yes. Barbara said, yes. And I like to promote other entrepreneurs, thank you. And Robin said, you make the best wreaths. I love mine. Thank you, Robin. Love the idea. Ron said, thanks for the shout out. Barbara said, you're welcome. Robin said Robin is here on Cloud Hub. Would love to connect with everyone. Really cannot get off Facebook because of business. I know it's hard for me because people are following me on Facebook that know about my Etsy account. I'm trying to tell people about my Etsy account so that they will start to go there, and I can eventually, get off of there. This, if you want to know what it is on Etsy, this is my account over there on Etsy. It is, I am the Spirited Crafter. So let me give you a link. I'll put it in here so you'll know, in case you want to, buy gifts, anything that you want specially made. Let's say you wanted something for somebody's wedding. I can do all of those things. And again, when you're buying them from somebody else and buying them from the big box stores, then you're giving them your money and they're taking away your freedom of speech. I, on the other hand, am not going to ever take away your freedom of speech, and I don't want anybody taking mine away. Hey, Marky. So, we need to start finding out what our businesses are and how to help each other. Now, also yesterday, we need to talk about, like, where are our dollars going to? Hollywood, are you still watching all the movies? Are you still going to theaters? Now, we can't, in California, we can't go to a theater. They've closed all those down. So, I guess if we wanted to watch propaganda films, they'd probably open up the theaters, but they haven't so far. Your celebrities have spent the last 4 years doing what they're accusing the president of doing, and that's inciting violence on and off social media with no repercussions. Because some are better than others, right? Some are more equal than others. Some let them eat cake and stuff like that. So are you getting my point? So if you're still watching and supporting Hollywood, they're not supporting you. Robin said, I've been looking at other wreaths, maybe. Good, Robin. Please keep looking, keep sharing. No, let's see, not getting money there. No longer watch any news, no Netflix, no TV, none of that brainwashing. Good morning, Kathy McPherson. Steve Lochner is a commie who tries to say his channel is agenda free. Rue said, deleted some stations. Yeah, we have to do that. Now, yesterday, Antonio Sabato Jr. was on, and he was mad, which I don't blame him, but let's, I want to bring this up. Let me see if I can get it connected again. Here we go. So he has started, and it hasn't gotten up and off the ground yet, but he started a new, it's kind of like Pure Flix, but it's called Conflicts. I don't know if I like the name, but it's for conservatives. And it's basically, he said here, our team at Conflict Studios has made a decision about God. After God has been weighing heavily on our hearts, we have been trying to very hard to move this studio along and thus losing sight of what truly matters. This is about sharing God's kingdom stories and sharing the magnitude of who God is, not only in our lives, but for the millions of others around the planet. We're asking you to join. They're talking about, whether you do it through donations, skills, gifts. This company is going to be built on the backs of those who know that it's not about the money, but building his kingdom. And he goes on to talk about different things. It looks like Sabato Jr., Kaya Jones, and Nick Tesser, whatever, is going to be in doing that. Now, you can go right now if you want to, after the show, preferably, right? And you can sign up on Conflict Studios. You can give them your email and subscribe. So when they are up and running, you'll know where they are. So that's just, let me just put that in the restream, put that link in there for you so you won't have to go looking for it. Pop small type. Let's see. I stopped watching. I am beyond sick of seeing, hearing, or anything to do with BLM, Ron said. Yeah. So there you go. You can find him. And again, we can support that instead of supporting things like HBO or other Hollywood type of things. Now, I know we're kind of running short on time. Well, we're at the halfway point. We don't have any. You can share out to Twitter if you want, share other places if you want to do that. I want to tell you, so I've been thinking about this. I don't know why it's been heavily on my mind, but it has been for a while. So let me put this up for you and bring it up. All right, everybody still with me here? Okay, we have to guard our heart with all diligence. Yes, we do. We absolutely do. Now, I'm bringing this up. I wrote a book. This is my first book that I wrote. I wrote it back in 2013. It's called Freedom's Fight, A Call to Remember. And I wanted to, I've been thinking about this book and thinking about some of the things that I wrote. And I wanted to read to you the description of this book. America's values. Again, this was 2013. I wrote this book. America's values have given way to the regime's ideologies. The regime has imposed its philosophy of benefiting the collective at the expense of the individual as what is needed in the new Applicon society, so that everyone can be made equal. The regime will stop at nothing to convince the once free America that the gain to be achieved for the collective far outweighs the loss of individual freedom. Bethany's memories of family and lessons from childhood will be all that she and those brave enough to fight will have to arm themselves with in order to reclaim the country they once knew before the regime came to power. Only those who remember a better way of life and their God-given freedoms will have a chance to answer the call of freedom's fight before freedom is lost forever. May God bless America. Again, I wrote this in 2013. Never thought I would. Well, yes, I did. I can't say that I never thought it would happen. I did. So I wrote the book. And one of the reasons that I bring this book up, one, if you want to get it, and you're on, I think Kindle has it for free. Paperback is $6.99 or whatever. But yeah, Robin said about the book years ago when you shared it with me. Buy that book. It talks about in the book how you are to survive, ways that you can get around, if you will, what's happening now, how we can help each other, how we can survive what's coming. And it really does kind of, it's fiction. It's a fiction book, but it does kind of give information about how we can work together. I never really promoted the book. I never did anything with it. I just kind of put it there, and that's about it. Oh, good. Miriam just got it on Kindle. Hey, Danielle, eBay no longer with PayPal for sellers. PayPal payouts take 5 working days. PayPal, I understand, has been bought by China now. I don't know if that's true. That came up last night. You mean, Susan? Yes, I believe we have been warned enough. Not thrilled with eBay about, yeah. I had activities that make me happy and bring me joy. So again, if you want to know kind of my thoughts about how we can survive a lot that's going on, you might want to think about downloading the book. Like I said, in some instances, you can get it for free. And it was my first book, so it wasn't the best book I've ever written, but I think it gets the point across about where we are. Now, this morning also, one of the multi-million billionaire donors died for the Republican Party. Mega donor Sheldon Adelson, who was he owned the Sands in Las Vegas. I think he was 87, and so that it's kind of like the Republican Party just keeps taking hits, right? And then we have Ronna McDaniel, who was voted back in as RNC chairwoman. You have to wonder if she got voted back in because she did a great job. She did what she was supposed to do, right? She lost almost everything. I guess you could say it was presidency, lost the Senate, got new members in the House, but kind of still lost everything. So I'm not sure what the congratulations are for her. Everything General McInerney, which is Jack Hibbs, was saying is fake. Yeah, well, Robin, I think there are other people who are saying that a lot of that stuff is fake. And I think that I think Jack Hibbs and other people may have gotten that information from the same place we got it. And when Jack Hibbs said what he did, he never said, this is coming for sure, you must do this and that and the other. He just said, prepare for what may be coming, which is true. With the information that everybody was getting, that's what they told everybody to do. Now, McInerney, I heard him again today, and he's still talking about the same thing about the election and everything else. Hey, Daniel. So I have, at this point today, right now, this moment, it looks like it may have been fake. I have no idea. It came from multiple sources all over the internet. And that's why you can never say for sure if something is going to happen. Robin, why would you ask a question like that? What don't you know the answer to that? Okay, so anyway, my thoughts are with the Republican Party. I don't know about you, but I don't know that I can support the Republican Party anymore. Well, it's needed for snowstorms to tornadoes to virus lockdowns. Be ready. Yeah. Barbara said. But Pelosi's laptop, was it stolen? Debbie, I have no idea. That's the rumor. That's what's going around on the internet. That's what people are saying. Yeah, it did. It came from reliable sources' mouths. I mean, but again, who's reliable? Where are they getting their information from? I don't know. I have no idea. Robin said, I will never support the Republicans again. Disinformation is the game now. That's right. Miriam. Yep, be careful. I'm going independent. DC is swarming. Yeah, Melanie, DC is about, I heard 10,000 troops. Saw pictures of them coming in. And an emergency was declared because from the National Guard troops. Yeah, an emergency was declared as well. And a lot of that was probably from the DC mayor because of the upcoming inauguration and just because of things that are happening in general. Alan said, I know I can't support them. They seem to be better liars than the libs. Yeah. A new party will arrive, Barbara said. Yeah, and I'm willing to take a look at that new party. Look to God's word, not man, Robin said. That is why you need to give your life to Jesus, read the word, trust the Holy Spirit in you. And absolutely. And that's why when I hear something and a lot of people start talking about it, I give you that information, tell you to use discernment, tell you to do your research. But I feel that, and just like I think that Jack Hibbs did, that he feels an obligation to at least tell you, and then you go do with it what you want. We're all big boys and girls and we can go look things up. And we shouldn't have to rely on everybody else. Good morning, Alice. Good to see you. Now Ron's back. You got on, Ron. That's good. Halftime. Yep. Got through halftime. Also, look at the NFL. Yesterday, Belichick with the Patriots rejected the Medal of Freedom because it was coming from Trump, right? It was coming from Trump. And after all that happened in the Capitol, so he didn't want the Medal of Freedom. So are you still supporting the NFL? If you are, Why are you supporting the NFL? Why would you give them 1 minute of your anything? And all of these people who are trying to ruin the careers of people like Cruz and Holly because they stood up and did the right thing when there was an issue, and they stood up to, have people try to have people take a look at it. Uh, so people are like, well, you did the wrong thing. You supported Trump, blah, blah, blah. So we're going to try to take down your career. Nope, it was ordered by Trump for a smooth transition. I don't believe it for 1 second. Melanie said, we stopped supporting the NFL 5 years ago. My uncle was a government official when Carlos Andres Perez was in power in Venezuela before Chavez, and all this that is happening here is happening there. Yeah, it is. Yeah, well, Robin, I mean, I don't trust anybody 100%. Like, I take what Jack Hibbs is saying. I take what JD Farag says. I take what some others are saying. People on the internet, people who are supposedly intel and all this and that. And then I go, I put it out there for you to look at, right? And then I go to God and ask God what's going on. And I should go to God first, and then, but put it out there for you to look at. Bill was good friends with Trump. He was pressured to back out. Well, Cully, I'm sorry. That wouldn't be acceptable to me. And I know he was pressured to back out because you know why? That's why. Only staying registered as a Republican to not be excluded from primary selections. Money will only go to candidates directly, Noel said. I can't imagine God leaving it like this, Rue said. Now I'm 50-50 on anything happening. Well, you should be, Robin, probably. We know that the tribulation is on its way, Miriam said. I mean, we know that, if God allows this to keep going, we're headed towards the New World Order. I mean, that is about as clear can be. And you said, I don't know why God would leave it like this. Well, it has to happen at either now or someday for us to move towards the end time. So, and also, what I'm wanting to do, I do want to hear, like if it's a new Patriot Party or whatever you want to call it, I want to hear what they have to say, because I can't support the Republican Party. I really can't. There is no Republican Party. There's no Democrat Party. They are one and the same these days. There's only like 1 or 2 people left who haven't sold out and sold you and me out. If they are so weak to cave, we don't need them. Sally said, yep. Well, then not a friend. Plus, I would want the medal for grandkids. It's about the work I did, not who gave it. Exactly, Barbara. Can you imagine how can Trump fight the world? They are all on it. Yep. God showing us his teachings are true for non-believers. Absolutely. It's true and he's showing the Christians that have forgotten that this is not your home. This is not where you're supposed to be. And who you can count on, who is God. You can't count on anyone else. Can't either the CCP. Yeah, the CCP party now. This is where you find out who your friends are. Exactly, Alan. This is where you have to also have faith. You have to say, if God is allowing this, God has promised to always take care of me. And you have to, you have to have faith. And sometimes that is extremely hard. It's actually the untard party, unitard. Rocky said. I thought it was and so, you just have to keep praying, keeping your eye on God and not on everybody else. It truly is good versus evil. I see this clearly now. Yes, it is absolutely a spiritual battle that we are in. That's why there's such a push to get Trump out, because looking at him as a nationalist, that's the one thing that they wanted to get rid of them. It's the one thing that stood in the way of the globalists coming in and taking over, basically. If all 74 million just drop the Republican Party, we can start a true conservative constitutional party, Debbie said. Yeah, America has not repented. That is a fact. Miriam said, your vote no longer counts. Sally said, absolutely not in this fraudulent elections. Nope, it doesn't. They don't. I wonder if they would backtrack about being a Christian like they did about pressure from the Dems. Oh, they would, Rue. And that's going to happen. A lot of pastors are with us, and Trump, we are still with him, Barbara said. Congress had a 17% approval rating. It's always been low, Ron, because they do nothing. And that's the truth. If everybody just went out today and dropped the Republican Party, didn't give them another dime, we would see a new party forming. But if they don't get rid of their Dominion machines, it won't matter. Well, yeah, if the truth doesn't come out, if we don't expose the truth and do something about it, we're going to have the same thing. But who knows what will happen if people got together and actually had a voice and demanded it and called for never having the same kind of voting machine apparatus. I mean, let's just put it this way. We are now in an uphill battle for sure. No question about it. We're in an uphill battle. And I don't know what God has planned, but I keep looking for what God's plan is. And that's what we need to continue to do. Find out what God's plan is and keep focused on that. What's going on in this world and the chaos that we're seeing and all that, it is a spiritual battle. That's it. All right. Now, I'm going to go back to Isaiah 40, chapter 40, verse 12 is where I left off. Who has measured the waters in the hollow of his hand, measured heaven with a span, and calculated the dust of the earth in a measure, weighed the mountains in scales and the hills in a balance? Who has directed the Spirit of the Lord, or as his counselor has taught him? With whom did he take counsel, and who instructed him, and taught him in the path of justice? Who taught him knowledge, and showed him the way of understanding? Behold, the nations are a drop in a bucket, and are counted as a small dust on the scales. Look, he lifts up the isles as a very little thing, and Lebanon is not sufficient to burn, nor its beasts sufficient for a burnt offering. All nations before him are as nothing, and they are counted by him less than nothing and worthless. To whom then will you liken God? Or what likeness will you compare to him? The workman molds an image, the goldsmith overspreads it with gold, and the silversmith casts silver chains. Whoever is too impoverished for such a contribution chooses a tree that will not rot. He seeks for himself a skillful workman to prepare a carved image that will not totter. Have you not known? Have you not heard? Has it not been told you from the beginning? Have you not understood from the foundations of the earth? It is he who sits above the circle of the earth, and its inhabitants are like grasshoppers. Oh, gosh. He who sits above the circle of the earth. Is that kind of like the earth is round and not flat, like some people claim? And its inhabitants are like grasshoppers, who stretches out the heavens like a curtain and spreads them out like a tent to dwell in. He brings the princes to nothing. He makes the judges of the earth useless. Scarcely shall they be planted. Scarcely shall they be sown. Scarcely shall their stock take root in the earth. When he will also blow on them, and they will wither, and the whirlwind will take them away like stubble. To whom then will you liken me, or to whom shall I be equal, says the Holy One? Lift up your eyes so high and see who has created these things, who brings out their host by number, who calls them all by name, by the greatness of his might and the strength of his power. Not one is missing. Why do you say, O Jacob, and speak, O Israel? My way is hidden from the Lord, and my just claim is passed over by my God. Have you not known? Have you not heard? The everlasting God, the Lord, the creator of the ends of the earth, never faints nor is weary. His understanding is unsearchable. He gives power to the weak, and to those who have no might, he increases strength. Even the youth shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fall. But those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Chapter 41, Isaiah. Israel, assured of God's help. Keep silence before me, O coastlands, and let the people renew their strength. Let them come near, let them speak. Let us come near together for judgment. Who raised up one from the east? Who in the righteousness called him to his feet? Who gave the nations before him and made him rule over kings? Who gave them as the dust to his sword, as driven stubble to his bow? Who pursued them and passed safely by the way he had not gone, by the way that he had not gone with his feet? Who has performed and done it, calling the generations from the beginning? I, the Lord, am the first, and with the last I am he. The coastland saw it and feared. The ends of the earth were afraid. They drew near and came. Everyone helped his neighbor and said to his brother, "Be of good courage." So the craftsman encouraged the goldsmith. He who smooths with the hammer inspired him who strikes the anvil, saying, "It is ready for their soldering," that he fastened it with pegs, that it might not totter. But you, Israel, are my servant, Jacob, whom I have chosen, the descendants of Abraham, my friend, you whom I have taken from the ends of the earth and called from its farthest regions, and said to you, "You are my servant. I have chosen you and have not cast you away. Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. Yes, I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Behold, all those who were incensed against you shall be ashamed and disgraced. They shall be as nothing, and those who strive with you shall perish. You shall seek them and not find them. Those who contended with you, those who war against you, shall be as nothing. As a non-existent thing. For I, the Lord your God, will hold your right hand, saying to you, "Fear not, I will help you. Fear not, you worm Jacob, you men of Israel, I will help you, says the Lord, and your Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. Behold, I will make you into a thrashing sledge with sharp teeth. You shall thresh the mountains and beat them small, and make the hills like chaff. You shall winnow them. The wind shall carry them away, and the whirlwind shall scatter them. You shall rejoice in the Lord and glory in the Holy One of Israel. The poor and needy seek water, but there is none. Their tongues fail for thirst. I, the Lord, will hear them. I, the God of Israel, will not forsake them. I will open rivers in desolate height and fountains in the midst of the valleys. I will make the wilderness a pool of water and the dry and land springs of water. I will plant in the wilderness the cedar and the acacia tree, the acacia tree, and the myrtle and the oil tree. And I will set in the desert the cypress tree and the pine and the box tree together, and they may see and know and consider and understand together that the hand of the Lord has done this, and the Holy One of Israel has created it. The futility of idols. Present your case, says the Lord. Bring forth your strong reasons, says the King of Jacob. Let them bring forth and show us what will happen. Let them show the former things that they were, that we may consider them and know the latter end of them, or declare to us things to come. Show the things that are to come hereafter, that we may know that you are gods. Yes, do good or do evil, that we may be dismayed and see it together. Indeed, you are nothing, and your work is nothing. He who chooses you is an abomination. I have raised up one from the north, and he shall come. From the rising of the sun, he shall call on my name, and he shall come against princes as though mortar, as the potter treads clay, who has declared from the beginning, that we may know, and former times that we may say he is righteous. Surely there is no one who shows. Surely there is no one who declares. Surely there is no one who hears your words. The first time I said to Zion, look there they are. Look, there they are. Sorry. And I will give to Jerusalem one who brings good tidings. For I look, and there was no man. I look among them, but there was no counselor. Who, when I asked of them, could answer a word? Indeed, they are all worthless. Their works are nothing. Their molded images are wind and confusion. The servant of the Lord, chapter 42. Behold, my servant whom I hold, my elect one, in whom my soul delights. I have put my spirit upon him. He will bring forth justice to the Gentiles. He will not cry out, nor raise his voice, nor cause his voice to be heard in the street. A bruised reed he will not break, and smoking flax he will not quench. He will bring forth justice for truth. He will not fail nor be discouraged till he has established justice in the earth, and the coastland shall wait for his law. Thus says God, the Lord, who created the heavens and stretched them out, who spread forth the earth and that which comes from it, who gives breath to the people on it, and spirit to those who walk on it. I, the Lord, have called you in righteousness, and will hold your hand. I will keep you and give you as a covenant to the people, as a light to the Gentiles, to open blind eyes, to bring out prisoners from the prison, those who sit in darkness from the prison house. I am the Lord, that is my name, and my glory I will not give to another, nor my praise be to carved images. Behold, the former things have come to pass, and new things I declare. Before the spring forth, I tell you of them. Praise to the Lord. I think I'm going to stop right there because there's so much, and I'll try to remember where I left off. I will be back on Thursday assuming that this is actually Tuesday. Um, and let's see, and I believe I have interest in hearing arguments that support. Well, this abuelo, you may not like this particular place, this particular group. So you may want to find another group. We are a Christian group, and it's not all politics in here. So everyone, please pray for me. Been having fevers for 9 days now. Oh, Daniel, do you need to go to the doctor, or are you going, do you think? I do want to pray also. I want everybody to pray for Daniel. I also would ask for prayers for my husband's nephew's father-in-law, who is in the hospital, has been in the hospital for about a week now. He has been diagnosed with COVID. He has some underlying conditions. He was put on a ventilator yesterday. They said that he has about a 15% chance of survival. We need a miracle right now. And it sounds like Daniel needs a miracle as well. So if you would keep both the father-in-law and Daniel in your prayers today, that would be great, as we focus on what God would have us do, not on what Republicans, Democrats, independents, or anybody else would have us do. So stay strong in the Lord. Keep looking up. Stay focused. Robin said, God bless everyone. Prayers for Daniel. I'm praying for your family member. Thank you, Robin. Prayers for Daniel. Prayers for everyone. Miriam and Sissy are saying, thank you so much. And thank you so much. If you will, please retweet this if you'd like. You can do that. Share it with everyone. Keep your eyes on Jesus. Absolutely. And we will be back, God willing, on Thursday. All right, everybody, take care. God bless you.